Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Stefania Grottola, and I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Geneva, and I'm an Early Career Fellow with a project titled the Multi-Stakeholder Tech Dialogue. The project moves from a research curiosity on how diplomacy is challenged by new technologies, the internet and its governance, and it aims at bridging the gap between technology and policy development. To give you a background of where this project is framed, we can look at three main trends. First, technological innovation is becoming exponential, and often policymaking and regulation play a catch-up role. Second, we can see that due to the key role played by technologies in every aspect of our life, states are trying to develop innovative diplomatic approaches to tackle the challenges posed by these new technologies, and at the same time to establish an innovative diplomatic dialogue with new actors, being this the private sector, the technical community of civil society. So we now have tech ambassadors, ambassadors for digital affairs, and diplomatic representations in tech clusters such as Open Austria, Swissnex, or Denmark's Office of the Tech Ambassador. And finally, a third trend that we can see is the siloed work of tech experts and policy experts that often don't have a consistent dialogue between each other's perspectives, expertise, and expectations. So it is clear that technological breakthroughs require all stakeholders to reinvent policymaking with a more dynamic framework. And this is where the project is born. The multi-stakeholder tech dialogue is a replicable framework with the goal to bridge the gap between policy developments and technological innovation, to provide, again, a replicable framework that can be applied to every technology in use and every technology innovation that is under discussion. And finally, the added value for this framework is to provide a platform for a structured dialogue that complements the work of existing processes. It will take the form of a workshop divided into two work streams. The first work stream, technology in diplomacy, provides policymakers with a technical understanding of the technology and the technological breakthrough focus. And on the other side, the workstream number 2, diplomacy for technology development, addresses the lack of comprehensive understanding of the societal impact of the technology that is developed, and it's meant to give this societal impact overview to the developers of the technology. As you can see, the two work streams would be characterized by a multi-stakeholder composition of the groups. The first work stream will be chaired either by the private sector or the technical community, and will provide policy recommendations for policy development. So we will have technical experts provide policy recommendations. And on the other side, we will have the work stream chaired by the government or the international organization, providing business guidelines for technology development. And the idea is to put experts in each other's shoes, and to put them out of their comfort zone and try to understand each other's perspective and modus operandi. And finally, the two outcomes will be combined by the chair into one final report that would then be provided to existing processes as a complementary research and background overview. As you can see, the expected outcomes are mainly three: to inform participants on aspects that they might not have considered due to their background, to facilitate a constructive dialogue between diverse stakeholders, and finally, to shape the work of existing multilateral efforts without having the goal to create an alternative to this, but just to complement the efforts. As you can see, as of now, the framework is very broad, and again, it represents structure. But the implementation of this project into the minimum viable product will take the stand of, again, a workshop focused on AI standard development for facial recognition. We have seen that biometric technologies based on the latest AI and machine learning are increasingly used for verification, identification, and categorization purposes, either by private actors or by public actors. However, some concerns have been raised with regards to the challenges that these technologies pose to to the respect of human rights, to safeguard the privacy and human security. And so while some regulatory efforts have been put in place, we can see that, that the road is still long, and we need responsible regulation for responsible innovation that does not hamper the development of technology and the development of innovation for good. The venues for implementation will be during major international conferences, such as the IGF, WSIS, or AI for Good. And just to give you an overview of the next steps, the first would be event submission, currently under the IGF workshop review. The second will be to have the workshop, and finally to debrief, to have a debrief from participants on how to make the workshop more efficient and more helpful for the existing processes and for the stakeholders involved.